Hello everyone and welcome back to Wargame Red Dragon. We have a bit of an oddball comparison for you here today, but it's two more of the reasons to really take a look at the Commonwealth vehicle tab, maybe a little bit more so than you'd give most factions, and those are the Rover Wombat and the Centurion Avert. Now, I do just want to point out very quickly here that the Rover Wombat is unique. There's a British version and there's an Australian version, but they both have much higher range and higher AP than the Canadian M38A1. So if you're looking for a recoilless rifle jeep, take one of these two. They're both stat clones of each other. Of course, the Australian one is better because our expert player is Australian, so naturally it gives it a little bit of an edge. But the Aver is very different. So this thing is slow. It has 8 HE power, 70% accuracy, but short range and high frontal armor. So how do you decide which one of these to take, Quicksilver?
They fill two different roles. So I quite like the AVRE for pushing up into forests and those forest fights. If the enemy infantry is engaging your infantry, you just roll this up in until it gets a shot. You fire the shot and you immediately hightail it out there until you've reloaded, because that 6 RPM is brutally slow.
Yeah, fair. I mean, can you even... How does this thing work for, say, if I'm using it to support a push in a town, right? So I've got territorials, I've got a couple of other IFVs, I've got some other infantry, maybe some shocks headed up in there as well, and let's say it's maybe 4 or 5 town blocks all together. Can this thing get kills in that situation too, or does it have to be too close?
It can, but you will be a bit closer. For that, I think the Rover Wombat would be better for pushing the town, because you've got that 19-25 meter range and you got 3 HE, and you can buy 3 of them for the same price as the AVRE, and you effectively get 9 HE.
So it's a smaller boom, but you get to shoot more often for the same point cost. And plus, I mean, this is wheels. It's very fragile, 5 strength, 0 frontal armor, but I guess I see where you're going with that. 19, nearly double the range. That is pretty incredible. Of course, that doesn't matter in woods fights, and I would never take a Rover Wombat into the woods, but I don't know. How do you pick, because that is what this is all about. If you have one slot left in your vehicle tab and you're looking for that sort of support role, you said it's very deck dependent. Can you just sort of talk about how you would know which one of these your deck needs?
So let's say you're running a deck that doesn't have very good infantry fighting vehicle, like infantry designated for fighting other infantry.
So maybe you're taking things only on wheels and you're not taking anything with a gun really for your transports, stuff like that.
More so if you're only taking line infantry, cannon fodder, chaff. So you don't have any actual finishing power to finish. Yeah, elites or shocks. Yeah. I would take the AVRE just to be able to decimate those elites and shocks, while your chaff and cannon fodder take all the brunt of the damage and hopefully the distraction.
Gotcha.
If you do have great anti-infantry and you're just looking for a vehicle that is very cost effective to fill out your deck, Rover Wombat is it. It's great for openers. A couple of those with recon, if you snipe one infantry transport with 3 of them, you're more than likely going to make your points back in that engagement.
That is actually a combo that I've been trying out recently. So we talked about the Fox a couple of days back, and that's in the recon tab here in vehicles. Pardon the look through, but I've put one of these out somewhere before and just followed it with 3 wombats, and you get really amazing fire on this, because the Fox does the spotting with good optics, and the Rovers just shoot at stuff you wouldn't expect. So it can be really pretty powerful. So that's going to be our unit comparison for today. A little bit of a shorter one. We still have a couple of days left in Commonwealth, moving over to helicopters and then air. So I hope to see you guys with us for those.